for the full size, for the pool size, and so on. Right. So the next steps we're gonna start adding is adding properties, and I'm gonna simply click right here on the add property option. Now we have many different properties just because I was testing all of these parameters and blocks before, but you're gonna have only the ones that we just created, right? So the what's it, guys? The one that we created was the pool depth, remember, is right here, pool depth. So let's try to find that. It's right here, pool depth. So let's simply add that like so, and you can see that the pool depth was added. Now let's add the next parameters, right? Let's go ahead and add the parameter, and this would be the pool width, right? The one that we created right here. So let's click that and add. So we are adding again these parameter properties to our lookup table, and the last one that we created, guys, was for the rotation, right? I don't remember if we named that one. Yes, we didn't name it, guys. So I'm gonna stop right here then, and simply click OK. Because we didn't name our rotation angle, so it says angle 1. So the way that I'm going to name it is, again, selecting the parameter, the rotation, and I'm going to go, and instead of angle 1, I can say something such as maybe rotation or arrow rotation, right? That's all up to you. This is a way to simply don't get confused, right? So let's try again, guys. Now we have the lookup parameter right here, and since we kind of stopped using it, the way we can access it again is simply right clicking on it and say display lookup table. So here we go. That's the table that we were working on, and let's add the last parameter, which was the arrow rotation right here, guys. So I'm gonna click OK, and here we go. So what I like to do here is you can of course move this as you wish for the location and change as you need it, right? I like to have the pool width first and then the pool depth. That's all up to you, but you know, I want you to know that you can click and drag it and rearrange it as you need. Now let's start adding some information right here, and the first that I'm gonna add is for this option right here, the front approach condition right here. All right, so because that's the arrow that we have pointing to our door, so we need 60 inches for our depth, and we need 18 inches for the width. So let's go and add those numbers. So pool width 18 inches, press enter. Pool depth 60 inches and press enter. Now for the arrow rotation, guys, right now we can see that our arrow is showing correctly, pointing to our door, towards the door. So then that means the rotation would be 0, right? Because we don't want to change that rotation. Okay, so let's see now how we can add the next configuration. Let's go back to our PDF right here, and the next configuration, I wanted to do it for this condition right here. Right, so it's again 60 inches over here, but on the pool side is 36 inches instead of 18. And also we can see that the arrow orientation changed. So let's do this condition, guys. So let's go over here again, 36, press enter. The pool side would be the same, 60 inches, right? And the rotation will change, guys. So for the rotation angle, we wanted to rotate it. Right now, again, it's showing down, but we wanted to rotate it according to our illustration in this direction. So I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and press enter. And let's do one more condition, guys. These are again the same steps, but I want you to give you enough complete example so you can finish the rest of the other conditions, right? Let's do one more condition, which is this one, the pool side. So the only difference, the arrows are going to be the same as this. the pool side is going to have 42 inches, so that's change, and this would also change 54. All right, remember those numbers. So let's go ahead and add the third condition. On the pool side, 42 inches. On the pool depth would be 54 in this case, and for the rotation would be the same as this previous one, so that's 90. Now, the final step here, guys, is how are we gonna able to recognize which configuration we are utilizing, right? Well, that's why there is an option right here to add a name, and the name is gonna be simply the same as this illustration, right? This is the first name, that's the other name, and we have A and B conditions where it's very different. So let's do that really quick. So for the first one again, let's call this front approach, right? Front approach, and this would be the pool side, guys. Pool side. The next one would be the hinge approach, right? That's according to our chart. So nothing that we are reinventing the wheel here, guys. We're just simply following the standard chart, right? So people who utilize this block can quickly understand their condition, right? We don't want to like dramatically change the name right here. So let's see, this will be pool side, and this will be the A condition because the other one is kind of the same. I can simply copy this and paste it like so, but this would be the V condition, where instead of 36 we will have I believe was 42. Yeah. All right, so let's quickly test what we have so far, guys. All right, again, I gave you 3 examples. We have so many different conditions here, but I believe with these 3 conditions that we are doing, that's more than enough for you to follow along and simply finish this up. So let's test it so far. Let's click OK, right? And let's see what we have so far. Go to the test block option, and let's see what we have, guys. So we will have a brand new arrow, visibility, kind of a visibility grip right here. So let's select that right now, and let's go and change to the approach pool side 8, and boom, you can see immediately the changes. The clearance increase in this side, my arrow also rotated, and then if we go to the next, which was the hinge approach pool side V, we will see also a change on the size over here, but our arrow is the same. So let's go and double check that and make sure that that's correctly. Again, let's see over here. So the condition for these guys is hinge approach pool side B. Let's go right here, and just to make sure this is the condition B, 42 inches and 54. The arrow is in this direction, so let's double check that. So 42 inches. Oops. Let's go right here and say 42. And here we go, guys. That's great, 42. And we should have 54 inches on this side. So 54. Awesome, guys. The arrow is pointing the correct direction also. Now, we still have an issue right here, guys, because we don't want to confuse the people who are using this block. We don't want to give them this option to manually rotate our arrow. It's gonna mess up our block, and we don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is simply change this to not show. And the way I'm gonna do it is go and close the block editor and go, of course, to our block. And once we select our rotation parameter, there is an option right here for the number of grips, and let's change that to 0. It's kind of the same idea for all the parameters, guys. Remember, we changed the number of grips for this parameter also. It's the same thing. So we hided it, and let's do a quick test, and we will be able to now we cannot see that grip, which is great, right? So again, hinge size and hinge pool size V. And here we go. So now that we are good with this, let's close it. And again, you will apply the same steps, nothing really different, to complete all of these other configurations, right? And the same for the bottom over here. Right, so I'm gonna close that block and save the changes because we already have that block right here. Let me show you guys the final door right here. It's right here, and with all of the configurations again for the clearances, this will be the final work. And again, we have all of the different approaches for the full size, for the pool size, and so on. All right, so let me now jump to the chat. What do you think about this dynamic block that we kind of utilize the VLOOKUP tables to control 3 different parameters from one single location?